Hi everyone, welcome back to Dramatic Budgets. If this is your first time here, then my name's Lisa and I'm on a debt-free and hopefully savings journey to get rid of what started out as just under £11,000 worth of debt. If you have been with me before, then thank you so much for joining me for another video. So guys, it is Sunday, which means it is check-in day. So we are on week 2 of my May budget, which is a 5-week month in total. So yeah, not too bad, but I will tell you straight off, there is literally nothing left in the wallets. Not a thing, not a sausage. So yes, we have had a bit of a spendy week. Some of it expected, some of it not expected, but we'll go with it, and I'll explain everything to you. We'll go through what's happened this week, and then we'll go through the budget sheets as we usually do. So the week that we are doing is from the 5th to the 11th of May. So Monday was a bank holiday. I was working it. It was we do one bank holiday every year, and basically they give us a form to fill in at the beginning of the year that just sort of has which ones would you like to do or not do. I always put down sort of New Year as a option. Other than that, I just kind of look at the diary and see what I've already got booked in. My other half usually works every bank holiday except for Christmas Day and Boxing Day, because he works on the trains and there's no trains on those 2 days. So I'm really not bothered what else I work except for those two if I can help it. But I got bank holiday, May Day bank holiday this year, which typically he wasn't working. So yeah, so go figure. Yeah, so I was working all day. So the only spend I had from Monday was actually my Amazon went out. So I have the Dentastix on a subscribe and save from Amazon. And it was a little bit of an odd one, because I got a notification to say it'd been ordered. Then I got a notification on the Sunday to say, oh, there's a problem and it's going to be delayed. And then all of a sudden they took the money out then on the Monday and it came on Tuesday, so I don't know. So the Amazon money I've actually taken out of my pet fund, because that's for his Dentastix. I have already given him a pig's ear, which if you can hear any crunching in the background is what that is. So there we go. So that was my Amazon. Then on Tuesday, yeah, so Tuesday was my stressy day, guys. So I'd been to my other half's at the weekend and I'd made a recipe that I needed sour cream for, and we got loads of this left over. So I'd said to him, oh, what I'll do is we've got most of the things for fajitas. I'll go over to Morrison's on the way to work and get the last couple of bits we need, and we'll have those for tea. If you've seen my last video, you've probably heard this story. I literally went to Morrison's in the morning before work, which is across the road from where I live. Came out, my car wouldn't start. Long story short, it needed a new battery. The battery was the original battery that came with the car, and it is a 65 plate, so it's 10 years old this year. So I ended up, the £3.95 was for my Morrison's, for I think it was wraps and salsa. That was all I spent it on. And then Plum took some money out to put into the savings for me, so that was £15.10. Then on Wednesday I did go down to the garage to see how much, bless them, they did it all whilst the car was still in the car park. So they literally went and did they went and looked at it, went back to the garage, it is only down the road, ordered the battery, and then back up to the car park and fitted it for me. They didn't actually tow it, which is good because it would have cost me more money if they'd have had to tow it down. But yes, so the car ended up being £132, which wasn't too bad. That was for call out fee, the battery, and obviously VAT and stuff. So and I had 150 some pounds in my car maintenance fund. Hallelujah, guys, I cannot tell you how good it felt to just be able to pay out my card and then transfer the money out of my maintenance sinking fund back into my bank account. Because if you've been watching me from the beginning, you will know I never have any money in that. the money that I had in there was because I'd saved a little bit extra when my service and MOT were due. So thank God I had that, because I've still got money in that car maintenance fund, but I've been able to pay that. So yeah, so grateful. Cash stuffing works, guys. Saving, honestly, it was brilliant, because I'm not sure where I would have found, well, I do know where I would have found that money from. It would have come out of my emergency fund, and then I'd have stressed about how to put the money back into my emergency fund. So there we go. So my Morrison's order also came that day, so that was £98.53. Then on Thursday, I have just been exhausted this week. I'm always the same when it's a bank holiday week, and whether I work it or not, I just think the trying to get 5 days worth of work in 4 days just makes the week feel so long, and it stresses me out, and I don't sleep right. And yeah, so on Thursday I ended up going walkabouts for something to eat, even though, because I can't fill myself at the minute. I'm just hungry all the time. But yes, so and they were selling mint chocolate, you know, the mint chocolate oranges. They were selling them off for £1.15. So I had one and pretty much ate one the entire day. So yes, that was good. So that was my spend on Thursday. Friday, I also went back to WH Smith's. I went and got myself a drink. What else did I get? I got a drink and some sort of snacky crisp thing, I think. I can't actually remember. But yes, so that was my £4 spend. Then I have worked both days over the weekend, half days. So I ended up at Costa for breakfast. That was £8.30 for a iced coffee and a breakfast sandwich. And that is with a 30% off the food. Which was kind of why I went. So that was £8.30. And then I nipped to Morrison's before I went to my boyfriend's yesterday for a couple of bits he needed. So that was £6.75 for tea. And then today I've put £20 of fuel in my car because I got below the half tank mark, and I wasn't sure whether we were going to go anywhere this afternoon. So I put that in, and then I was starving when I left work. So I picked myself up. I was so tired too. An energy drink and a chocolate bar. So that was £3.70. So yes, so that was my spending for the week. So yeah, not too bad. Could have been worse, but also could have been better. So it's been a fully spendy week again, but you know, what can you do? So I've got Coke again, sorry guys. It's warm outside and I don't have any cold still drinks. So we started off the week on £888.03. My iPhone money didn't come out this week. I have checked and it's due to come out on the 14th, which is Wednesday. So that'll be next week, on next week's budget. My house insurance and the credit card went out exactly as planned. And my car tax that I had on my budget last week came out. So that's that one. So that is a total of £108.63, leaving me on £779.40. Then expenses wise, I spent up completely on all of the sinking funds, and then had an extra £6.38 on top of that, which wasn't too bad. So that is a total of £151.38 on variables, leaving £628.02. Then obviously I have got nothing left to go into challenges. I put £20 into sinking funds, £20 into my Winning Wednesday, and £5 into the 52 weeks, which you will know if you've seen my videos from last week. I then transferred £10 across to Monzo, and the Plum obviously took that £15.10 out, so that came into savings. So in regards to the Monzo, one of my lovely subscribers, well, two of them actually suggested that I start putting it into my budget, and one of them, bless her, sent me the amount per month for the penny challenge to add to my budget. So that's what I'm going to do. Starting with June's budget, I am going to budget in the money that I need for the whole month, and I'm going to transfer it over, I think, at the beginning of the month rather than a week-to-week basis, just so that then I don't have to worry about it and it can just kind of do down. if it's sort of approximate, so obviously if I have to add more in, I can do. If I've got some left over, then I can sort of, you know, put that into savings at the end of the year anyway. So that's fine. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with Monzo going forward. So that was a total of £70.10 into savings. And my overdraft actually was only 3p this week. So that was great. I am into my overdraft now, so it'll start sort of being more than that. But 3p is not too bad at all. So that meant the end of the week, we ended the week on £557.89 going into week 3. So, yeah, so not too bad. I've got my fridge, freezer and my dishwasher insurances going out this week. But they're only minimal amounts. And obviously there will be the iPhone money going out as well this week. Other than that, everything else is pretty okay. So I am going to over to my sister's on Saturday next week. So she is a sort of co-bar manager with her other half on a voluntary basis for their local theatre where they live. And so they have a show. I can't remember how often they have a show. They have about 6 shows a year, and show week was this week. So usually the week after show week on the Saturday, they'll do like a quiz night. But obviously it's Eurovision next weekend. So instead of having a quiz, what they're going to do is they're just going to have a Eurovision party. So everybody's got tables, and each table, people have to pick what country their table is going to be, and then they bring food that is kind of to that country or native to that country. So obviously, as we have got a girl from Germany with us, we have obviously picked the German table. So we're going to do some proper German hot dog sausages and a few bits to go with it. So that's great. So yeah, so I have got some date night money because obviously I did the money from the Winning Wednesdays, went into date night, so that's great. But other than that, I haven't got any plans for this week as far as I'm aware so far. So yeah, I think we're planning to go to take her to York on Sunday, so that will be sort of a busy-ish weekend. But yeah, I have got a friend that lives in York, so I'm going to confirm with her as to whether or not she can meet up with us. So we might go for a bit of food, you know, and just have a bit of a walk around York and let her see York, because it's a lovely, you know, it's the capital of Yorkshire at the end of the day, and it's a beautiful place. And if the weather is as good as it is today, which I hope you guys have got some lovely sunny weather too, it's an even more gorgeous place to go. So yes, that's the only plan I have got for this week. So thank you very much, guys, for staying with me. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. There is the comments box down below if you wanted to partake in that. And of course, there is the usual subscribe button and notification bell if you have not already done so. I am going to film my cash stuffing video after this, and I'll get that up for you as normal. So yeah, until then, please do take care, stay safe. Hope you've had a fantastic weekend and a great start to the week. Until then, bye guys.